So let us begin by setting a proper motivation and a posture that is absolutely comfortable to us. We'll begin by arriving at the cushion mentally as well as physically by finding a position that feels most comfortable to you. We can do this by lying down or by sitting upright. The main thing here is to really keep our backs as straight as possible without making them too tensed either. We'll just do a brief body scan and relax our minds and bodies so they can really support us in our meditation practice today. Beginning by feeling the weight of our bodies that is being applied on the cushion, on the chair, or on the bed. By feeling the force of gravity, we begin by grounding the mind in a stable physical form. We now take a few deep breaths to really anchor this feeling of stability and move our attention downwards to our legs. We make sure that our posture is still and without movement, while still being absolutely relaxed and free of any kind of tension. We'll make sure to bring a sense of gentleness and tenderness to the lower parts of our bodies. Paying close attention to our feet, the bottom of our feet. We can wiggle our toes and then release any kind of tensed muscles. We move to the calves, which are often in a state of some kind of tension. We release that and move to our knees. Using our breath to relax each body part by breathing into it. We can send a sensation of warmth or coolness through our breath to the body parts that need it most. If we're feeling exceptionally warm, it's helpful to send a sense of coolness via our breaths. And if we're feeling particularly cold, it helps to send some warmth. We move up towards our middle section of the body and our bellies. Our belly does hold the maximum amount of tension usually. We try and release that with in and out of our breath. And by really feeling the sensations of inhalations and exhalations at the abdomen. We move to the heart center and the chest area as we feel the rise and fall of the breath. We cultivate a sense of tenderness and softness just to release any kind of tightness and constriction. Notice any part of the body that is aching, that is producing any kind of sensations of tiredness, fatigue, or pain. We simply watch these sensations and send them warm or cool air through our breath, whatever feels more comfortable to you. Moving up to our neck and shoulders, where many of us hold a lot of tension. We can move our neck from side to side to release, or roll our shoulders backwards, like so. And take a deep breath in order to fill the area with as much oxygen as we can before we release. We move to the face, especially the neck, the jawline, and the chin, lending it a sense of softness and relaxation. We move up to our cheeks and our cheekbones as well. Here we should also be able to sense a release of all our muscles as we finally allow our facial muscles to drop. As we have no particular need of looking a certain way, expressing a certain way. For the time being, we can rejoice in letting our bodies be internally and externally as they have no job at the moment. We also breathe into our eyes and forehead area, which is often another point of tension. We soften and release these muscles, bringing a sense of tenderness and gentleness, releasing all the tightness with our breaths. Now we'll run our mind's eye from the top of our heads, from our crown chakras, down to our spines, and down our legs to our feet, making sure each body part is in a state of absolute relaxation without any stiffness any tiredness. We finally liberate ourselves and our internal organs as well, as for a change and for a short while. They don't have a particular task to do, and we can just let them be. We'll continue this state of calm abiding by simply breathing and allowing our breaths to naturally settle in a rhythm that our lungs know best. We don't have to breathe in any special way or apply any effort in doing so, as our bodies know how to breathe best. We simply have to trust them. We'll set a proper motivation by remembering that we sit here today in meditation in order to become wiser and kinder people to ourselves and to everybody around us, including our environment and all the sentient beings that inhabit it. We take out time from our busy days to do this in order to become more centered, more wise and kind, and more able to deal with the day's challenges and more able to support our friends and families with their challenges. Excuse me. We move on to the analytical meditation on empathetic joy. Settle your body in a rested state, imbued with the three qualities of relaxation, stillness, and vigilance. We'll bring to the mind a person who we know well, who creates a sense of good cheer and well being around them. Somebody around whom we always feel a sense of joy and who's always imparting that joy to everyone they meet. We'll think of this person's physical presence, their words, and their actions as well. As you attend to this person's joy, open your heart to that joy and take delight in it. we really experience the sense of happiness they give to us and they give to everyone around them by bringing to mind their personality, their words and actions, and rejoicing in that person's happiness and thinking how wonderful they are. This should be easy if we already feel close to this person. Now bring to mind another individual. Think of someone for whom something wonderful has happened recently or in the past. They may or may not be the closest to us, but we partake in their recent joy by recalling the delight of this person and sharing in their happiness. This could be someone in the periphery of our lives who we know have recently heard a good news or achieved a certain milestone they set out to. We simply take joy in their happiness by sharing it. Now direct your attention to someone who inspires you with their virtues, such as generosity, kindness, and wisdom. Rejoice in these virtues for this person's sake, for your own sake, and for all those who are recipients of this virtue. We can really bring to mind a sense of admiration and inspiration as we recall the kindness of someone close or distant, or maybe their wisdom, the way they handled a situation, or their actions of contributing to the world and its happiness. We lift our minds up and really revel in their amazing deeds and actions and think, how wonderful is that? How wonderful a person. How inspiring. Now direct your awareness to your own life. Empathetic joy in our own virtues is so important, yet overlooked. Attend to the periods in your life that have been a source of inspiration to you and perhaps to others as well. Think of the occasions when you embodied your own ideals, remembering our own good qualities. We'll attend to and take delight in your own virtues. We'll gently recall the time where we felt a sense of contentment and satisfaction in doing a good thing, doing a task well, acting kindly towards others, or even helping ourselves and our minds to become more balanced and happier. We'll remember all the small and big things that make us feel like a good person. There doesn't need to be any pompousness here or any sense of pride and arrogance. As you recall the people and circumstances that enabled you to live well and enjoy the sweet fruits of your efforts, you may simultaneously experience a deep sense of gratitude and joy. As we remember our good qualities, we remember all the circumstances and people that enabled us to live a virtuous life that we can feel good about, that we can rejoice in. Perhaps our parents who taught us these good qualities, our teachers who encouraged them, or our peers, loved ones, and all the sentient beings around us that create the environment for us to practice and rejoice in our virtues. This will also prevent us from slipping into a superficial sense of self congratulation and superiority. We'll stay here rejoicing in the qualities of everybody around us, along with the great virtues we have been able to cultivate within our own minds. These may be qualities that we thought we always had, or these may be qualities that we have recently acquired. As long as these are wholesome virtues, which bring a sense of benefit to ourselves and those around us. We can rejoice in them and lift our minds towards feeling inspired by ourselves and others. By thinking how wonderful it is, how wonderful we are. Some practices are indeed difficult, but the practice of empathetic joy is easy. Throughout the course of the day, when you see or hear about someone's virtue or good fortune, empathetically take joy in it. This will raise your own spirits and help you climb out of emotionally vulnerable states and any sense of low self esteem. We rejoice in the actions of our peers at work, in our families, in the Dharma centers, the venerable Sanghas, all their Dharma activities. How they help millions and millions of people and sentient beings through their prayers and their actions. Holy beings from all traditions, and the average person on the street, who we may not ordinarily notice, but they are indeed performing some virtuous deeds every day for their family, for their loved ones, and for everyone around them. We'll attend to these actions and these minds of virtue and think how wonderful it all is, how wonderful these beings are. This practice is particularly helpful in raising our minds and increasing our vitality and energy so that we may never sink into depression and can always take the right kind of wisdom and action to help ourselves and everybody around us. Let us spend some more minutes in silence to really anchor this feeling of joy, rejoicing in the great actions and thoughts and words of all beings around us, including ourselves. We will make a silent promise to ourselves that throughout the day, when we hear about or see someone's virtue and good fortune, we'll empathetically take joy in it. We'll rejoice in that good virtue and think how wonderful it is. Now we'll dedicate and seal the merits that we have gathered here so that no moment of anger or misfortune can turn our minds and undo the good work we have done here today. Any virtue we have accumulated from studying, reading, meditating on, contemplating, understanding, listening, or discussing the Dharma taught by the Buddha, may that serve as a cause for our awakening. For only when we are awake or more awake will we be beneficial or more beneficial in helping ourselves and those around us. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll just stay here on the Zoom call for a few extra minutes in case anyone has any questions before bringing the session to an end. Thank you so much for attending. And I hope we'll be able to attend the forthcoming sessions of the week as well, taken by the other meditation instructors. I'll anyway see you all next Wednesday, and we can take the same practice forward. Thank you so much for attending, Tashi Dilek, and have a wonderful day ahead.